Right now, rice costs 50 cents per pound. Beans cost $1. When commercial real estate crashes in 2026 and food supply chains break, those prices multiply by 10. If the food exists at all, the people eating well during collapse won't be the ones with fancy freeze-dried meals. They'll be the ones who stacked the right foods 6 months earlier. Not the tastiest, not the healthiest. The 9 foods that deliver maximum calories for minimum cost, store for decades without electricity, and actually keep you alive. If you're watching this, you already know something's coming. So here's the deal. Hit subscribe now, because by the time grocery stores start limiting purchases and prices spike, you'll already have a year stacked, while everyone else is fighting over the last bag of rice. These 9 foods work anywhere, on any budget, and they're chosen because they check every survival box: cheap, calorie-dense, store forever, and keep you functional. Let's go. Number 9, pasta. The boring staple that becomes currency. 1 pound of dried pasta delivers 1,600 calories for $150. During economic collapse, when food prices spike 300%, pasta remains the cheapest calorie source available. It stores 30 years in sealed containers, takes minimal space, and requires only boiling water to prepare. Here's the stacking rule most people ignore. Don't buy variety. Buy one shape in bulk. Penne or rotini works for everything: sauce, soup, salad, casserole. Variety creates rotation nightmares and wastes space. Restaurant supply stores sell 50-pound cases for $40. You don't need a business license to shop there. Store in food-grade 5-gallon buckets with oxygen absorbers. Complete setup costs $15 per bucket. One bucket holds 35 pounds of pasta, feeding one person for 35 days at 1,600 calories daily. Now, here's what most people get wrong. They buy 5 boxes from the grocery store and call it done. That's 7.5 pounds, less than 1 week of food for one person. During the Great Depression, families bought 100-pound flour sacks because they understood bulk storage. You need the same mindset. Also, storing pasta in original cardboard boxes invites disaster. Mice chew through cardboard in minutes. Use buckets. Mylar bags inside buckets if you want 30-year storage. Just buckets with gamma seal lids if you'll rotate every 2 for 3 years. Label everything with purchase dates and rotate first in, first out. The math: 200 pounds of pasta costs $120. That's 320,000 calories, feeding one person for 160 days, or a family of 4 for 40 days. Cost per calorie is $0,375. Now the downside: pasta is pure carbs, no protein, no fat, minimal vitamins. You need protein and fat sources to survive long term. But for calorie base, nothing beats pasta's cost to storage ratio. Why it's on the list: it delivers maximum calories for minimum cost and space. When food becomes unaffordable, cheap carbs keep you alive long enough to find protein sources. But the next food solves pasta's biggest weakness: total vitamin deficiency. Number 8, canned tomatoes, your scurvy insurance. Vitamin C deficiency causes scurvy in 8 now 12 weeks. Gums bleed, wounds don't heal, teeth fall out. During extended food scarcity, when fresh produce vanishes, canned tomatoes provide the vitamin C that keeps you functional. Plus acidity, cooking base, and flavor when your diet becomes monotonous grain and beans. Here's the buying secret: buy crushed, not whole or diced. Crushed tomatoes work for everything: sauce, soup, stew, chili. Whole tomatoes waste liquid. Diced tomatoes are overpriced for what you get. Get the Store 10 cans, restaurant size, from Costco or Restaurant Supply. Each the Store 10 can contains 6 pounds of tomatoes for $4.05. That's $0.70 per pound compared to 2 per 3 for grocery store 28-ounce cans. Stack 24 the 10 cans and you've got 144 pounds of tomatoes for $100. Most people buy pasta sauce instead of plain tomatoes. Pasta sauce costs $3 more and has shorter shelf life because of added oils and spices. Buy plain crushed tomatoes. Season them yourself. The other mistake is buying normal-size cans when not others 10 cans exist. You're paying premium for smaller packaging. Restaurant supply stores sell to anyone. No special membership needed. Canned tomatoes last 3 to 5 years minimum, longer if stored properly. Cool, dry location. Rotate annually using permanent marker dates on the lids. Once opened, transfer to containers and refrigerate if power is available, or consume within 3 days. 1 cup of canned tomatoes provides 20% daily vitamin C. Also, lycopene, potassium, vitamin A. The acidity prevents botulism in home canning and adds flavor dimension to otherwise bland survival diet. Why it's on the list: it prevents vitamin deficiency diseases while making rice and beans actually edible. Medical value plus culinary value. Next food delivers what's missing from both pasta and tomatoes: protein and fat. Number 7, peanut butter, protein and fat in a jar. 2 tablespoons deliver 190 calories, 8 grams protein, 16 grams fat. During crisis when meat becomes unaffordable and refrigeration fails, peanut butter provides the protein and fat your body needs to function. It's shelf-stable, requires no preparation, and works as meal or ingredient. Here's what throws people off. They buy natural peanut butter thinking it's healthier. Natural peanut butter separates, requires refrigeration after opening, and goes rancid in 3 to 6 months. Conventional peanut butter, Jif, Skippy, Peter Pan, contains stabilizers that prevent separation and extend shelf life to 2 years unopened, 9 months opened without refrigeration. During crisis, shelf stability beats health food principles. Buy 48-ounce jars from Costco, $7 each. Stack 12 jars. That's 36 pounds for $84. Now, the math most people miss. 36 pounds of peanut butter provides 54,000 calories, 27 days for one person eating 2,000 calories daily. For a family of 4, you need 144 pounds minimum for a 3-month supply. The other mistake is buying small jars. They cost 50% more per pound. Only buy large format. Store in original containers in cool, dark location. Heat accelerates oil separation even in stabilized brands. Basement or interior closet works fine. Rotate every 18 months, though it lasts 3+ years easily. Your body needs fat for hormone production, vitamin absorption, sustained energy. Most survival foods are low fat. 16 grams of fat per serving makes peanut butter critical for long-term survival. Bonus use: peanut butter is calorie-dense, portable food. You can eat it with no preparation, no cooking, no water. During evacuation or emergency movement, peanut butter provides maximum nutrition in minimum space. Why it's on the list: it delivers protein and fat that grain-based diets completely lack. No other shelf-stable food provides this nutritional profile at this price point. But the next food enables something crucial, turning stored grains into actual meals. Number 6, powdered milk, the baking essential. Powdered milk isn't just calcium and protein. It's the ingredient that makes bread, pancakes, biscuits, and baked goods possible when fresh milk doesn't exist. During the Depression, families survived on baked goods made with powdered milk. Without it, your flour sits unused because you can't bake anything. Here's the critical difference nobody explains. Buy instant non-fat dry milk, not whole milk powder. Whole milk powder contains fat that goes rancid in 6-12 months. Non-fat lasts 10-20 years in sealed containers. Carnation and Nestlé make instant versions that dissolve in cold water without clumping. Buy 9.6-pound boxes at Costco for $18 each. Each box makes 12 gallons of milk when reconstituted. Stack 10 boxes. That's 96 pounds, making 120 gallons for $180. The mistake people make is buying it, tasting it straight, hating it, and throwing it out. You're not drinking this straight. You're baking with it. Powdered milk in pancakes, bread, and baked goods is indistinguishable from fresh milk. The flavor difference only shows up when drinking it plain. The other mistake is storing powdered milk in original cardboard boxes in humid areas. It clumps and spoils. Transfer to airtight containers immediately after purchase. Store in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers inside food-grade buckets for 20-year storage. Or keep in original containers in cool, dry location for 2 to 3-year rotation. Keep away from strong odors. Powdered milk absorbs, smells like a sponge. 1 cup reconstituted provides 30% daily calcium, plus protein, vitamin D, vitamin A. critical for bone health and immune function during extended crisis when fresh dairy doesn't exist. Why it's on the list? It enables baking and provides calcium when dairy supply chains fail. Without it, your flour stockpile becomes dead weight. Next food isn't nutrition at all, it's survival infrastructure. Number 5. Salt. More valuable than gold. Salt preserves meat, replaces electrolytes, and becomes currency during collapse. When refrigeration fails, salt curing is the only preservation method that works. Roman soldiers were paid in salt, literally where the word salary comes from. During crisis, salt becomes money. Here's the storage strategy most people miss. Buy plain iodized salt for eating, then buy 50-pound bags of food-grade pool salt or water softener salt for preservation and trade. Food-grade pool salt costs $8 per 50-pound bag at hardware stores. That's 0.16 per pound compared to 1 stars per pound for grocery store salt. You need both types, iodized for eating to prevent goiter, bulk for preservation and trade. Stack 200 pounds minimum. 50 pounds iodized, $50. 150 pounds bulk, $25. Total cost, $75. People buy a few extra containers of table salt and stop. That's 10 pounds. During the Great Depression, families bought 100-pound salt sacks for meat preservation. Scale matters. The other mistake is buying expensive sea salt or Himalayan salt for storage. You're wasting money on premium minerals you'll never taste in survival context. Buy cheap and stack deep. Salt lasts forever if kept dry. Store in original bags inside larger containers to prevent moisture absorption. Salt doesn't go bad, doesn't attract pests, doesn't need rotation. Set it and forget it. Salt curing preserves meat for months without refrigeration. Salt concentration of 20% prevents all bacterial growth. A 10-pound ham needs 2 pounds of salt to cure properly. If you hunt, trap, or raise animals, salt preservation is the only storage method when power fails. Trade value during collapse is significant. 50-pound bag that costs $8 now trades for $200 worth of goods during scarcity. Everyone needs salt, most people don't have it. Why it's on the list? It enables food preservation, prevents electrolyte imbalance, and becomes tradable currency. It's infrastructure disguised as seasoning. Next food provides what everything else lacks: fat. Number 4, cooking oil. The fat source that vanishes first. Your body needs fat, not wants, needs. For vitamin A, D, E, K absorption. For 9 calories per gram versus 4 for carbs or protein. For satiety, so you're not hungry 2 hours after eating. During scarcity, cooking oil is the fat source when animal fats aren't available. Here's the storage secret. Don't buy olive oil or expensive specialty oils. Buy refined coconut oil or vegetable shortening. Liquid oils go rancid in 1 to 2 years. Solid fats last 3 to 5 years minimum. Coconut oil stays solid at room temperature, stores longer, and tolerates temperature fluctuation better than liquid oils. Buy 5-gallon buckets of refined coconut oil from Restaurant Supply for $70 per bucket. That's 35 pounds. Each bucket provides 157,500 calories. Stack 3 buckets for 105 pounds. Total cost, $210. The mistake is buying regular vegetable oil thinking it lasts forever. Vegetable oil oxidizes and goes rancid in 12-18 months, faster in heat. Rancid oil isn't just disgusting. Oxidized fats damage cells at molecular level. Solid fats resist oxidation. They last years instead of months. Also, buying small bottles of expensive oil when bulk exists. 35 pounds of coconut oil in bucket costs $70. Same amount in grocery store jars costs $250 plus. You're paying for packaging. Store in original containers in cool, dark location. Heat and light accelerate rancidity. Basement or interior closet. Check every 6 months by smell. Rancid oil smells like crayons or old nuts. Rotate every 3 years to be safe. Without dietary fat, you develop fat-soluble vitamin deficiencies even if eating vitamin-rich foods. Your body can't absorb vitamins A, D, E, K without fat present. Fat deficiency causes vision problems, immune failure, and cognitive decline within months. During every food crisis in history, fats and oils disappear from markets first. Venezuela's collapse showed cooking oil vanishing before rice or beans. Why? Oil production requires industrial infrastructure that fails during economic crisis. Restoring oil production takes years, not months. Why it's on the list? It provides the dietary fat that grain-based survival diets completely lack. Without it, you're malnourished even while eating 2,000 calories daily. Next, food isn't about nutrition. It's about having food that literally never goes bad. Number 3, honey, the immortal food. Archaeologists found 3,000-year-old honey in Egyptian tombs, still edible. Honey never expires, never needs refrigeration, never goes bad. During collapse, when every other food has expiration anxiety, honey sits unchanged for decades, plus medicine, trade value, and natural preservative properties. Here's what people misunderstand about honey storage. Buy raw, unfiltered, local honey in bulk. Processed honey, grocery store, squeeze bears, is heated and filtered, removing pollen and enzymes that provide medicinal value. Raw honey crystallizes and turns solid over time, which people think means it's spoiled. Wrong. Crystallization is natural and actually proves purity. Fake honey doesn't crystallize. Buy 5-gallon buckets of raw honey from local beekeepers or Costco for $150, $200 per bucket. That's 60 pounds. One bucket provides 165,000 calories. The mistake is buying small jars of expensive Manuka honey thinking you're prepared. Manuka costs $40 per pound. Local raw honey costs $3-4 per pound and provides identical storage benefits. Buy bulk, not boutique. Also, storing honey in hot locations. Heat degrades enzymes and medicinal properties. Store in cool, dark location. If honey crystallizes, it returns to liquid with gentle warming. Don't microwave it, just warm water bath. Medical uses matter during crisis. Honey is antibacterial and antifungal. Apply to wounds when antibiotics aren't available. It prevents infection. Also better cough suppressant than commercial cough syrup. Respiratory infections become serious during collapse when medical care isn't available. Trade value is significant. Honey trades at premium during scarcity. It's luxury food, medicine, and sweetener combined. People will trade valuable goods for something that improves their miserable survival diet. A pound of honey trades for 5 to 10 pounds of grain during peak scarcity. Bonus use: honey preserves fruit through honey packing. High sugar concentration prevents bacterial growth. You can store figs, apples, or berries in honey for months without refrigeration. Why it's on the list: it never expires, provides medicine, trades for anything, and makes miserable food tolerable. Multi-purpose survival food. But you still need protein to prevent your body from breaking down. Number 2, dried beans. Protein that stores for decades. Beans are 15-20% protein by weight. 1 pound provides 1,500 calories and 100 grams of protein. During crisis when meat becomes unaffordable or unavailable, beans prevent the muscle wasting and immune failure that comes from protein deficiency. They store 30 years in sealed containers, cost $1 per pound, and require only water and heat to prepare. Here's the stacking mistake. People buy 15 different bean varieties thinking diversity matters. It doesn't. Buy pinto beans or black beans exclusively. Variety creates rotation problems and cooking confusion. Different beans have different cooking times. Mixing them means some are mush while others are still hard. Buy one type in bulk. 50-pound bags from Restaurant Supply or feed stores cost $35. Store in food-grade 5-gallon buckets with oxygen absorbers. One bucket holds 35 pounds of beans, 52,500 calories, and 1,500 grams of protein. The other mistake is not soaking beans properly, then giving up, because beans cause gas. Soak beans 8-12 hours, drain the soaking water, rinse thoroughly, then cook in fresh water. Soaking water contains oligosaccharides that cause gas. Discarding it eliminates 80% of gas issues. Also, buying canned beans for long-term storage. Canned beans cost 4x more than dried, take 5x more space, and have 2-year shelf life versus 30-year for dried? Canned is convenience, not storage. Beans require 1-2 hours cooking time, which uses fuel. During fuel scarcity, use thermal cooker method. Bring beans to boil for 10 minutes, then transfer pot to insulated container like cooler or box with blankets. Retained heat cooks beans over 8 hours using 10 minutes of fuel instead of 90 minutes. Nutritional pairing matters. Beans plus rice create complete protein containing all 9 essential amino acids. Neither food alone provides complete protein. Together, they match meat's amino acid profile. This combination has sustained civilizations for thousands of years. Why it's on the list? Beans provide the protein that prevents starvation-induced muscle wasting. Without protein, your body cannibalizes itself, even while eating sufficient calories. And number 1 is the foundation everything else builds on. Number 1, white rice, the ultimate calorie storage. White rice stores 30 years. 1 pound provides 1,650 calories for 50 cents. That's 2,000 plus calories per dollar. Nothing beats it. Nothing. More than half the global population survives primarily on rice. During any food crisis in history, every single one, the people eating rice survived. It's the most efficient calorie storage system humans have ever created. Here's the critical difference nobody tells you. White rice stores 30 years. Brown rice stores 6 months before going rancid. Brown rice contains oils in the bran layer that oxidize. White rice has bran removed, leaving pure starch that lasts indefinitely. For long-term storage, brown rice is disaster. Buy long-grain white rice in 50-pound bags from Restaurant Supply, or Asian markets for 25 per bag. Store in food-grade 5-gallon buckets with oxygen absorbers and gamma-seal lids. 1 bucket holds 35 pounds of rice, 57,750 calories. That's enough to keep one person alive for 28 days eating nothing else. The mistake is buying brown rice thinking it's healthier. For storage, brown rice goes rancid in months. The nutritional difference is minimal anyway. During crisis, you need calories to survive, not optimal nutrition. Also, buying small bags from grocery stores. A 50-pound bag costs $25. Same amount in 2-pound grocery bags costs $60. You're paying 240% markup for packaging. Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers inside 5-gallon buckets for 30-year storage. Or just buckets with tight lids for 10-year storage with annual rotation. Label everything with purchase dates. Stack in cool, dry location away from concrete floors to prevent moisture seepage. Rice works for every meal. Breakfast, rice porridge with honey. Lunch, rice and beans. Dinner, rice with canned tomatoes. Rice absorbs flavors, stretches protein, and provides the calorie base that makes small amounts of other foods satisfying. The survival math is simple. One person needs 2,000 calories daily, minimum. 365 pounds of rice provides 600 to 2,250 calories. That's 301 days of survival eating only rice. For family of 4, that's 1,460 pounds needed annually. At 50 cents per pound, that's $730 to feed a family for a year. Nothing else comes close to this efficiency. Why it's on the list? White rice stores longest, costs least, provides most calories per dollar. It's the foundation. Everything else on this list supplements rice. Now, here's what didn't make the list. Freeze-dried survival food. Mountain House, Legacy, Wise Company. All 5 to 10 times more expensive than buying basic foods and storing them yourself. A year's supply of freeze-dried food costs $3,000, $5,000. Same food value in rice. Beans, pasta, and canned goods costs $600, $800. You're paying $4,000 for convenience of not doing work. Freeze-dried food has advantages. Lightweight, easy preparation, 25-year shelf life. But for home storage where weight doesn't matter, it's financially wasteful. Buy components and store them yourself. MREs didn't make the list either. They're expensive at $8 to $12 per meal, short shelf life of 3 to 5 years, and designed for mobile military operations, not home storage. 1 year of MREs costs $9,000, $12,000. That same money buys 5+ years of basic staples. MREs are for bug-out bags and evacuation scenarios, not for home food storage. The pattern is obvious. Expensive convenience foods don't make the cut when you're building calorie reserves on limited budget. Every dollar spent on fancy packaging is a dollar not spent on actual food. Here's your reality check. Every food on this list is available right now at normal prices. Rice costs 50 cents per pound. Beans cost $1. Pasta costs $1.50. During crisis, those prices multiply 3 to 10x. Rice jumps to $5 per pound. Beans hit $8. And that's if they're available at all. During Venezuela's collapse, rice went from 40 cents per pound to $4.50 in 18 months. Then it disappeared from stores entirely. People who'd stacked rice at 40 cents survived. People who waited until rice cost $4.50 could barely afford it. People who waited until stores were empty starved. The time to stack is before you need it. Not when grocery stores limit purchases. Not when prices spike. Not when shelves are empty. Now, while it's cheap and available. Here's what 1 year of food storage actually costs for one person. 365 pounds rice, 180 pounds beans, $180 200 pounds pasta, 144 pounds peanut butter, 96 pounds powdered milk, 60 pounds honey, 105 pounds cooking oil, 144 pounds canned tomatoes, $200 pounds salt, $75 total. $1,480 to feed one person for 1 year. For family of 4, $5.19 to $20. That's not unaffordable. That's 5 months of groceries at today's prices. Bought once, stored for 30 years. Most families spend $1,200, $1,500 monthly on food anyway. You're converting 5 months of normal grocery spending into 1 year of security. During the Great Depression, families who'd stacked staples before 1929 survived. Families who waited until banks failed and food prices spiked struggled. The difference wasn't income, it was timing. You're either stacking food now at today's prices, buying it later at 5x prices, or not eating. Those are your 3 options. The people who prepared weren't smarter, they were earlier. What food are you stacking first? And if you're serious about food security before crisis hits, hit subscribe, because this channel is about preparing while food is cheap, not panicking when it's gone.